Della Maddalena versus Bassil Hafez. JDM. I'm just gonna go JDM. Jack Della
Yeah.
Maddalena, again, one of the best names in all of mixed
Yeah.
martial arts. Just rolls off the tongue, you know. But dude, Hafez, was this his first fight? I believe it was his
Short notice
debut.
debut. 5
Coming
days
in looking
notice.
ripped. Your boy was
Yeah.
ready, waiting in
Ready
the
to go.
shadows to be called
Yeah.
upon, dude. And he just came out.
Dude,
And
and Jack Della was supposed to fight last weekend, made weight, falls through. He's like, I want to fight on the next card. And everyone's like, what are you doing? You don't want to cut weight twice? What are you doing?
he
Makes
said,
weight.
"Watch me." He said,
Yeah.
"Watch me."
Yeah. Maybe you could argue it's a little bit of it led to a little bit of how he fought. It had an influence on him, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But you know what, dude?
Dude, but also
Still,
Hafez,
yeah.
that dude's a
Game,
gamer.
dude,
Holy
game.
shit.
Every time, this is what I loved about it. Every time he had Hafez against the fence,
Yeah.
right? Instead of moving out laterally, he was like bite down, swing back, and both of them were landing big shots,
Yeah.
right? They were cracking each other, and then it's like each of them would crack each other once or twice, and they'd be like, "All right, let's both reset."
Yeah.
They
Dude,
go at it again. I'm like, "Oh my god."
you could see multiple times throughout this fight when they both land on each other, and there's like that half second of like, where am I? Okay, we're back. Like, just both
Yeah, shake off the
cracking
cobwebs real
each other.
quick.
Yeah, Jack Della did a much better job though of not just headhunting, right?
Oh yeah.
Because because he's so good when you're up against the cage, where he'll just sit there, he'll just shoulder feint real quick, draw just a reaction out of you, and then it's massive left hook to the body, massive left hook up top, just ripping up and down, and that's so much fun to watch. And Hafez has a fucking chin on him because
He really
he
does.
ate shots that Jack Della. It's not like he doesn't hit hard. That dude puts
He
people out.
cracks.
He cracks. I mean, he hit Randy Brown, and Randy Brown was looking like a giraffe that just got born. Like, meanwhile, Hafez is just eating it and clearly exhausted from all the body shots, and probably because he's on 5 days' notice. But how great was it seeing? I mean, look at that punch.
Yeah, and I
Look at
think
his
that was the
body.
difference, Will. I think that was the difference in
Yeah.
this fight was the work to the body, because even in the third
Hmm.
round, you see all those deposits that he made the first round over and
Yeah.
over and over again start paying dividends right in that third round. So
Hmm.
that for me, that was the difference maker.
Yeah, 100%. Also, the corner work of Jack Della finally telling him stop going for the guillotine on these takedowns. Like,
Yeah, and he finally listened in the third round, right?
yeah,
When you think though about the the two times of cutting weight, that might work
yeah,
for people like Andrew Tosi. That guy's a maniac, right?
yeah,
Cutting weight
yeah,
all the time. He's fighting 20 times a year.
yeah.
But
Shout out, he's got a fight coming up, big one, A1 combat.
dude, I'm telling you, man, he's just fighting all the time, nonstop. You know.
Yeah,
But with JDM on the takedown attempts from Hafez, and I'm not saying that they weren't good takedown attempts.
little
He,
worrisome though,
he
huh?
he would push all the way through, but the sprawling from JDM didn't look too good, because we've seen him with some takedown defense in the past.
Yeah,
But this really looked like he just didn't have the strength that he usually
yeah,
does to avoid
could
that
be, yeah,
takedown, and I think that's where it probably impacted a little bit.
yeah, it could be. Shout out Austin joining in. Austin Judd McCarthy says, hey, tuning in from NH, was that New Hampshire, USA? Uh, the one event this weekend was so good. Honestly, every prime card they've had has slapped. Agree, 100%.
New
Once we get
Hampshire,
through a couple of these UFC fights, we'll jump on there. We'll start talking
maybe
about those.
Northampton's coming in from the.
Northampton's okay.
I don't know. I don't even know if that's really a place. I don't know. But
And shout out Blunderbub too. Blunderbub's in
hey,
that
Blunderbub.
one championship Discord. Fun
And
time like this
we're going to
weekend.
be covering the one fight night card as well later on, Austin. So definitely stick around for that.
Yeah,
But hey, props to Jack Della. Did you have it scored for Jack Della Maddalena by the end of the fight?
yeah. I thought it was insane that the commentary team was like, "Well, I don't know," and it's like, "What are we doing?" Second round was a clear Jack Della. I had Hafez winning the first round, Jack Della winning the second round, and then a 10-8 round for the third round for Jack Della.
I think where it came was that first round, because Hafez had some good top control. But
Mhm.
we go back to, what did he do?
Well, yeah, and that's the first round, right? The second round was the one where Jack Della was like smacking people, You know, he's laying that left hook. He's digging to the body, digging up top, but then he would get taken down. But Hafez really couldn't do much on the ground after. And DC, I love DC. I know he's local, all this stuff. Gilroy, shout out. But he's like, he's he loves control so much because when he was fighting, it was such a big deal. And he just kept hammering home how much, like, yeah, I mean, Jack Della landed the bigger shots in the whole first 3 minutes of the round, but Hafez does have a minute of control on top where he didn't do anything. And it's like,
Yeah.
DC, come on. How many times do we have to go through this? Like, remember, it got so bad at one point where they had to sit the commentary team down and go through the score. They had to teach them again. They went through a class on the scoring because they didn't know what they were
Yeah.
talking about. And now we're
And
back.
they would even talk about it. They're like, well, we just went through a class, so
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean, it's like CTE, you know what I mean?
Yeah, CT. That's true.
They're gonna have to give them a
Toasty
class every
says
week.
it's crazy how DC and Dom suddenly forget how scoring works. Yeah, exactly. Last week they were like, "What even is a significant strike?" And they had to like be explained what there's an actual definition of a significant strike. So it's like, if you don't know and you're on commentary, then maybe just don't talk about scoring. You know?
Yeah. And again, it's nice having ex-fighters on there because when they're in
Yeah.
the middle of the fight, I think they do such a good job of explaining why
Mhm.
certain things are happening. Especially like, let's say our producer Rich the Casual hops on, and as he's listening, he'll understand some of the basics that way, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's true.
but CT,
But CT.
it's also a real thing, you know. So
And like Toasty says, there's bias. DC's favors wrestling, and that's fine. But let's not. There's a bunch of people online now saying that Hafez got robbed, and it's like, ah,
there was a funny part though where he's like, I forget what fight it was, and DC goes, "Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. You could tell he's hurt." And
yeah.
and Dom says, "Well, I can't tell." It was just so funny. So
So
funny, man.
funny. Yeah, I actually like
Dom
Dom
Cruz
most night.
is growing on me.
He did a good job. The Chelsea Chandler
He,
fight when she ran, we're not going to cover the fight, but when she sprinted across the cage, and then he was like, "Man, if there was a fence, if the door was open, she'd be out of there." And DC was cracking up, dude.
Oh man, that's so funny. All right, that's all I got on that fight. Props to Jack Della Maddalena.
Props to Jack Della. He gets the job done. I'd like to see if, like Tosi says, if they book that Brady fight, I'm more interested in that fight now than I was before. Just because Brady does have good grappling, so it'll be interesting.
Hey everybody, Ramiro and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.